Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Here we go. Good, good. All right. This is sponsored to you by Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson is a bum, and that's all he'll ever be. I oh god. Patrick Peterson is a good player, but yeah, he's been his whole drug scandal thing is going to be the main factor why the Cardinals lose, because that's too much publicity. That's too much wasted time. You need to stay on a good schedule if you want to be at the NFL level. So yeah, Patrick Peterson, his drugs, his court times that he's had, wasting it all. That's gonna be probably one of the biggest factors of them all. Now, even though Patrick Peterson can scout and tell these young Cardinal defenders, the young cornerbacks, and Baker, it's gonna not be enough. And Baker's from like last year, and the Cardinals didn't do good last year defensively. Cardinals, yeah, they got ran over. They're gonna have a very young defense, which means it will be better. But I mean, like, we don't know until the final roster of the Cardinals is announced, of course. So we got to wait for that. But that being said, the funny thing is, it doesn't seem they've really made any good changes or addressed anything when they could have gotten rid of Patrick Peterson. I don't know why they didn't get rid of him. Probably money wise, hopefully money contract wise, they probably were saving money by keeping him. But yeah, Patrick Peterson's just going to be another one of those players that just falls out of NFL, because as soon as you start doing reckless behavior like that, yeah, it's just, there's no debate about it. And then we're going to get into this drama with this Lasley. Okay, so they signed Lasley. Now, the report is that Lasley took the football and he just threw it in the lake during a practice or something like that, or he got mad, but then we ended up signing him. Now, this Jordan Lasley guy, he's actually pretty good. I've seen his tape. I've actually watched the UCLA game, the games of that. So yeah, that's kind of interesting for me. But it is what it is. It's good competition. It's great because they're trying to work out who's going to be the special teams person, because we know, like, the three wideouts. We know Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay, and Danny Amendola. Now, even here's the funny thing though, like, if Lasley shows up and he just starts competing, he's just going to inspire a lot of the other players to be playing good. And Brandon Powell, he's been doing great, but like, this is gonna see who wants to be on the roster. And the funny thing is, when the Lions final roster is announced, we won't even know like half of these. There'll be a lot of surprising cuts. David Johnson, he looks ready, but I mean, his O-line is questionable. Even if his O-line steps up, which I assume they will, very questionable O-line. I don't see Cardinals. I don't see them starting this Kyle Murray guy, because Kyle Murray's not built for the NFL yet. Like, but if they do start him for some reason, if they choose to start him, it will be a very bad game for him. This is not a good way to start your career, Kyle Murray. If Kyle starts, he will lose, because I mean, he's just weak. He's not good enough to throw the ball accurately enough. But speed-wise, it would just be, all it would be for him is it wouldn't be good. I don't see the Cardinals being that stupid. I don't think the Cardinals are that dumb enough to just throw him out there. Larry, he's old. Yes, Larry's good, and even with age, he plays good. But like, his age is actually going to catch up to him this year. The NFL is just too fast, and Larry, he just keeps trying. I mean, he's like a good journeyman, like a good journeyman receiver. He's trying, but like, it's not going to be. But he's going to help out their wide receivers. But that Lions competitive secondary, no, the Lions secondary is very, very competitive this year. So competitive that Nevin Lawson, which, like, if you've done any research, Nevin Lawson, he's just He's an every kind of down cornerback. The Raiders signed him because they definitely needed him. That's why the Oakland Raiders, they definitely needed somebody like Nevin Lawson. But like it's so competitive that they said, no, we don't need Nevin Lawson. Um, big, huge thing that I've noticed during this is that Stafford is healthy. And yes, Stafford doesn't have to play any preseason games because a healthy Stafford is what they definitely need. They don't need to just go out there and pressure and waste time. They just need to keep him healthy. That's what a good professional football team does, and that's what Patricia and Bob Quinn, because Bob Quinn has a thing where he's like, yeah, I'd rather have a healthy Stafford. So yeah, healthy Stafford, that's gonna be one huge problem for the Cardinals' young defense, because Stafford's gonna be out on the field a lot. His pass protection's a lot better. And just seeing like a glimpse of this TJ Hawkinson and his 22-yard catch at a preseason level, that's a very good stat. Normally, to get 22-yard catches, you're doing something right. So that's very good to see. Even like seeing Zach Zenner, because like when I saw Zach Zenner just brush away with that easy touchdown, yeah, it's just a very versatile offense. And Carry On is he's going to be playing really good because we haven't seen Carry On that much at all either. And when we've seen him run, he's ran pretty good, but like it's like Carry On, a healthy Carry On too. It's a very good offense that they're planning right now. Right now, they're just sending out all their practice squads and all the people that want to try and make the team. The Lions linebackers, which this should be this should be great to see because Maben, from what I've seen from Maben's been practicing really hard and he's actually treating it like he wants to make the roster. I do predict that Maben will make the roster because he's just strong and he's very consistent. And if that does happen, that Maben steps up, then Jared Davis, the pressure off of Jared Davis will come, and you'll have Maben and Davis just flat out kicking butt this season. And that's got to be a huge problem for the Cardinals because like the Cardinals are like right now, Giovanni Tave, they don't even have to put him in that much reps. All they got to do is have Maben and then mix the packages up, mix it with Miles Killebrew. I definitely feel like Miles Killebrew will make the team. He's just a very good vet. He's been really well organized and made into the Bob Quinn system. The Lions' strong pass protection is probably like huge. It's pretty massive. I don't think not many people have been talking about it, but like what I've noticed is even if it's just a preseason game, it's just the fact that they can just keep throwing the deep ball and they can keep on bringing the pressure on you. So like the pass protection, it's just the ability to keep throwing it and throwing it and throwing it, and Stafford will just kill you if he's able to keep throwing the ball. The Cards O-line steps up, and that's probably like what they're gonna need to do for this game. I don't buy into this crap that media is saying. The media is like saying, "Oh, it's a pretty boy team," and I'm like, "No, the Cardinals. We don't even know if the Cardinals are going to start Kyle Murray. They haven't even announced the news on that if they are officially going to start him." And all the media is trying to point that he will start. But I honestly think because like once the rosters are cut, that's the thing. Once every roster's cut, they get better quarterbacks. So you don't know what Cardinals quarterback they're gonna get. For all you know, that Brett Hundley, which is with the Arizona Cardinals right now, competing against Kyle Murray, Brett Hundley could get cut, and then they just get a new and better quarterback. Yeah, it's most likely not going to be because if the Cardinals are smart at all, they'll realize that he's not ready. Slay, he's looking ready to go, which is good because he's healthy too. And Agnew is great. It's just great having Agnew back out there because he's fast, and Agnew is very good in the corner system. And of course, he's great on our special teams. But it's just good to have him back. And that's like it's a healthy secondary. The team's just very well prepared. Now, Lions are just they just threw. It's like I don't Get it. Go Good Patricia adds competition to this receiver group, right? The only way that the Lions will lose this game is if they don't find this game important on their schedule, and that's what Patricia and Bob Quinn will do. Patricia and Bob Quinn will discuss if this game is important to win at all, and that will also be a factor. But most likely, being that they're more organized, that their team's more healthy, the Lions will win this. I'm like predicting a score of like 30 or like 35 Lions winning and Cardinals just struggling to score. Cardinals might get to 17 or they might get to 14. I just don't. Or they might not even score. That's the crazy part. It might be to where they're only scoring 10 points or even 3. But yeah, I knocked this game out of the park just as soon as I heard about Patrick Peterson's news. Because normally when that happens, yeah, the game's just done. But I will also try and do my recap and review the roster. So I'll review the roster when the final roster comes out. Thank you for watching. Yeah.